Look at that. I hardly even have to adjust the mic today. Good job, guys. Good morning, everyone. It is great to be here finally with you at Nova Chemicals. We've been talking about me visiting this site for I think a year now, and so it is awesome to be here this morning. Over the past 50 years, Nova has grown from a small prairie pipeline company to Canada's largest petrochemical producer, with multiple world-class facilities and a glowing reputation for being the changemakers that have reshaped how plastics are designed, made, and recycled. Nova is just one great example of the many incredible companies that put Alberta on the map as a global leader in manufacturing. I want to thank you, Rocky Vermani, and your team, Senior Vice President of Innovation and Sustainability with Nova, for your leadership and, of course, for hosting us here today. Thank you to all of our industry partners for joining us as well. Before I get into the details of today's announcement, I do want to speak briefly about why supporting industry is so important. Alberta has always been a place of opportunity, where if you're willing to work hard, you can chart your own path, whether that's building a business or a career. That's what brought me here. It's brought many people here over the decades, and it's one of the reasons that I believe Alberta is the best place in the world to live, to work, and to raise a family. As Canada's third largest producer of manufactured goods and a leader in technology, lab spaces like the one we are in today give Alberta the tools we need to be the economic engine of Canada, even as our industries face challenges like never before. Over the last decade, the federal government's policies have added unnecessary costs on Alberta industries, delayed plant expansions and growth, and frozen private investment decisions right across our country. This has put serious strain on sawmills, petrochemical complexes, and plastics manufacturers across our province. Of course, U.S. tariffs on top of that, it's harder than ever for our manufacturing industry to compete both abroad and here at home. While we cannot control international headwinds, we can step up to support Alberta's manufacturing industry. And that is why it's great to be here today to announce that through the industry-led Tier Fund, up to $49 million is being invested to help maintain the edge our province's industry has that makes us a leader in manufacturing. Through this investment, we're supporting 18 new exciting projects right across our province. These projects will create close to 1,600 jobs, inject $233 million into Alberta's economy, enhance existing products, turn everyday items that would otherwise end up in landfills into fuel, materials, and so much more. It will lock us in as a leader in manufacturing by supporting first-of-its-kind projects in Alberta, from a facility that turns waste from construction, demolition, and renovation into valuable building materials, a recycling system for agricultural plastics, and a new technology that could cut costs and expand the use of geothermal projects by improving drill pipes. Right here at Nova, this funding will help them turn recycled plastic into higher quality products, settling a new industry standard and encouraging other manufacturers to use more recycled plastic, which keeps waste out of landfills for longer. This is about doing more with the resources we already have, so manufacturers and businesses across our province can do what they do best: protecting Alberta's environment, growing our economy, creating good-paying jobs, and helping our province continue to lead. Thank you, and now I'll invite Justin Reamer from Emissions Reduction Alberta to tell you a little bit more about this challenge.
Thank you very much, Minister. A pleasure as always, and thanks, Rocky, here. Alberta is sitting on an enormous clean energy opportunity. Deep geothermal heat trapped beneath our feet, but to access it, we need new tools and can drill deeper and withstand higher temperatures. And that's what we're here to provide in innovation. And I want to talk a little bit more about the specifics of this project. And let me just refer to my notes here. As always, Alberta government's commitment to increasing the competitiveness of our manufacturing resources and sectors is paramount. And it's critical that we have partners like Nova hosting us today. We are really appreciative of what they have done, and thank you, Rocky, for your support. Alberta has the resources, the expertise, and the entrepreneurs needed to create some of the most advanced materials in the world. This $49 million of investment is incredibly important to accomplishing that. While each project is unique, there is a common theme. Each support the extraction, the production, the manufacturing, and the circular life cycle of new and existing material products for Alberta. Importantly, these 18 projects represent a total of over $200 million in public and private investment. And that means government and industry are at the table. From Edmonton to Edson, Innisfail to Nisku, and Calgary to Grand Cache, these projects are built and piloted across the province. It means jobs and investments across our cities, our regional hubs, and our industrial corridors. The latest investments in TIER will help commercialize recyclable flooring products, develop insulated drill pipe technology for geothermal, convert municipal solid waste into fiber for bioproducts, and more. While we don't have time to dive into all the 18 projects today, and many of the representatives are here today, I can assure you that they represent a diverse and amazing range of innovations. And I encourage you to check out our website at eralberta.ca to find out more. If successful, these projects can reduce emissions annually by over 155,000 tons, and cumulatively by 2030, 3.4 million tons. Together, they're going to generate over $233 million to our GDP by 2027 and create 1,600 high-quality jobs across the province. This is how we drive responsible growth, supporting homegrown technologies, accelerating commercialization, and building stronger, more resilient industries. We're excited to see these projects take place. ERA is honored to be a participant in them. Thank you and congratulations to all projects. I'll now hand over things to Rocky Vermani.
Thank you, Justin, and good morning, everyone. It's really a privilege to welcome you all here to Nova Chemicals, and specifically in our facilities out here, the Center for Performance Applications. This is where market and science truly come together for us to deliver value to the marketplace. I would like to start by thanking Minister Schulz and the Government of Alberta for the continued support of our industry, as well as for innovation and technology developments in our province. This year happens to be 50 years since Nova Chemicals first dreamed of being a part of what is now a flourishing petrochemical business in the province. Our journey over that 50 years has now made us the largest petrochemical producer in Canada and a fifth largest player in our industry in North America, and all from these strong Albertan roots. For 50 years, we've been focused on creating value through Alberta's natural resources and driving innovations and reshape how plastics are designed, made, incorporated into different structures that you touch every day in your homes, and how they are recycled. We are absolutely thrilled with the announcement today of a $4.67 million Canadian investment from ERA to help with our ambition to create new solutions that maximize the use of recycled polyethylene in high-performance applications. Minister, this support is truly appreciated as it enables us to push the boundaries of circular innovation and accelerate the development of sustainable technologies in the future. Initiatives such as these led by ERA also reflect Government of Canada, Government of Alberta's continued confidence in a homegrown innovation, something Nova Chemicals has actively and proudly contributed for decades. Nova has a strong history of developing proprietary technologies and solutions right here at our home base in Calgary, and then taking them to the world. We are looking forward to maintaining that push and demonstrating how Alberta's ingenuity and can deliver sustainable solutions with global impacts. As a recognized innovator in the petrochemical industry and with deep expertise in resin manufacturing, mechanical recycling, and advanced polymer science, Nova is well positioned to lead the transition to a circular economy. We are very grateful to the Government of Alberta for encouraging us to continue pushing the science envelope and creating novel solutions through their generous support. So thank you again for your confidence and our abilities in our abilities to deliver. And now I'm pleased to introduce Dan Perodo, President of ProPipe. Thank you.
Thank you, Rocky. Alberta is sitting on an enormous clean energy opportunity, deep geothermal trapped beneath our feet. But in order to access this, we need innovation, we need new tools that can drill deeper and withstand much higher temperatures. That's where our innovation came in. ProPipe's patented TMS deep drill system comes with support from the government of Alberta through Emissions Reduction Alberta. We're advancing this Alberta-built insulated drill pipe to unlock geothermal zones above 300 degrees C, zones that offer 10 times more energy per well than conventional systems. This technology is being developed right here in Nisku, creating high-quality jobs in advanced manufacturing, material science, and clean tech deployment. TMS deep drill will reduce the cost of geothermal development and make it possible to deliver carbon-neutral baseload power to small and remote communities across Alberta, places where solar, wind may not be enough for their own. By taking the expertise of the workforce and specifically the drilling completions in Alberta, turning this into this challenge into an opportunity and creating a solution. We can export globally thanks to the provincial support. TMS deep drill is more than a breakthrough. It's a launch pad for clean energy, jobs emissions reduction, and Alberta's next energy industry. I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and I'd like to also thank all the other participants and on the ERA side. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We will now proceed to the media Q&A portion. As always, it is one question and one follow-up. I know we have a few latecomers, but we'll start with in the room. Is there any questions? Please use the mic so those in the line can hear us.
Hey, it's Jason with allalberta.com. Just a few questions for Rocky, please. Rocky, wondering just for the lay people, if you'd be able to explain exactly what this money is going to help fund for your company.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, we are really excited about trying to improve the recycling side of the business, right? So as we know, the material, in order to recycle, has to upgrade in properties. So that's what we are working on, is designing new things, working on new chemistries to kind of make materials that use more of the recycled polyethylene along and push it to the next level.
I also wanted to ask about the pending merger that Nova Chemicals is involved in, obviously pending regulatory approvals, but I was wondering if you can speak at all to what the new owners might want to do in Alberta.
Well, I mean, I think, we'll have to wait and see in terms of once the deal is complete, but the direction is that there is quite a bit of excitement about Alberta in general. I mean, I think with our vast natural resources and the opportunity that exists out here, we have an opportunity to continue to grow the petrochemical business, which Nova has been an integral part of for many years, and we expect to see that growth to continue.
Thanks.
Perfect. Any additional questions in the room?
Forgive me, I have an unrelated question. I'm Mark Villani with CTV Calgary. A question for Minister Schulz, just about the $142.8 million coal lawsuit. Why did the Alberta government agree to that taxpayer-funded settlement with Atrium Coal after reversing its coal policy? And how will you ensure Albertans don't face similar payouts in future policy decisions as well?
Yeah, well, first, I can't speak to the litigation or the details of the settlement. If you would like more information on that, I'm certain you could reach out to the Minister of Energy Minerals. But I can tell you that the work being done on the Coal Modernization Initiative is really to make sure that we do have policy certainty moving forward when it comes to that industry, and strong environmental regulations and standards to make sure that we can continue to develop what the world needs, but also protect our precious resources, including water, which is one of the top issues that we're focused on right now.
And just a quick follow-up, given the history of public backlash and policy reversals on coal development, how does your ministry plan to rebuild public trust and provide clear, consistent environmental protections going forward, especially in those sensitive areas like the eastern slopes?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. And so first I would say both the Premier and the Minister of Energy have committed to no new open pit coal mining in the eastern slopes or anywhere in our province. We take our environmental standards very seriously. We know water is one of our most precious resources, and it matters that we can protect that resource not only for people but for biodiversity across our province. And so the work that's being done to modernize the coal initiative is going to maintain our high environmental standards and make sure that there can continue to be trust in those standards. Again, any company that can't meet our guidelines and our regulatory structure here in Alberta won't be able to operate in Alberta. And we've been doing a lot to communicate with Albertans, including a town hall just a couple of weeks ago, I guess that was a month ago now, to talk to Albertans, answer their questions, hear their concerns, and make sure that the issues that are top of mind for them are taken into consideration as the coal policy is modernized. Of course, that work is being led through energy and will be finalized later this year.
All right, we'll move to the phone line now. Operator, could you put through the first caller?
Your first question comes from the line of Catherine Gurkowski from Alberta Today. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking my question. So, sorry if I missed this, but is this funding through like the circular economy challenge through the ERA, or was this a particular challenge, or is this just part of the tier funding allocation, or how is the selection process rolled out?
Thank you. It's Justin Reamer. Thanks for the question. This is part of the Advanced Materials Challenge that was run last year out of Emissions Reduction Alberta. We had a great number of applications. Through every ERA competitive process, we have a team of evaluators that adjudicate each submission with a variety of expertise in technology, engineering, market-based strategies, GHG reduction specialists, and a variety of other expertise to independently assess the submissions that are brought forward, and then a consensus meetings are held to determine which projects should be awarded funding into the approval. So this came, these projects came through that Advanced Materials Challenge.
Catherine, is there a follow-up?
My follow-up, yeah, thank you. For Minister Schulz, kind of since we're talking about the circular economy, I'm wondering where we're at in terms of the rollout of the extended producer responsibility framework, how that's going, and how circular economy projects like this play into it.
Yeah, that's a great question. And so, as you would know, extended producer responsibility rolled out April 1st of this year. What we're hearing so far is really positive feedback. We've been working really closely, especially with municipalities across the province, to address any concerns that they have. We've been pretty flexible and willing to help any municipalities who needed assistance to move to that new program. We've made a couple of exemptions just based on feedback we received. The first was one that we made last year around newspapers and magazines. The cost was really prohibitive, and certainly I think at a time like this where people are looking to access information about what's going on in the world, I think rural newspapers are a key piece of rural life, and so that was not something that we wanted to jeopardize. So we did make an exemption for those small and medium-sized newspapers and magazines, but we also exempted, they call it flexible plastic-like products, which essentially is saran wrap. The cost benefit on that didn't make any sense. I didn't think at a time where affordability was a key concern for Albertans and Canadians that Albertans would be happy when they go to Costco, for example, and are spending $4 more for a roll of plastic wrap. And so right now the cost benefit on that product didn't make a lot of sense, and so I think our approach has been very reasonable, very common sense, and we've been working to take feedback as we roll it out. And so we'll continue to work with municipalities on that. And one of the things that I do really like about this challenge is it just shows the vast variety of projects that are going on right across Alberta in so many different industries. I think it's pretty exciting today that we have been talking about everything from geothermal to plastics in the circular economy to reducing emissions. And so I think, one of the things that I'm most excited about this challenge for is just the variety of the companies and the great things that are happening across the province. I think mostly, this is important because it shows that instead of a punitive regulatory approach that costs businesses money and risks economic investment, I would say that's the approach that's been taken by the federal government over the last 10 years. Our approach in Alberta has been different. It's one where we are able to take dollars from the Technology, Innovation and Emissions Reduction Fund, reinvest that to help reduce uncertainty, de-risk some of this new technology, and help our innovators thrive and grow and continue to create jobs, invest in our economy, create a stronger economy, and of course do the right thing for the environment. So I think today's announcement is a pretty exciting one for those reasons.
All right, seeing no more questions in the queue, we'll thank you all for coming. For all funding recipients, we're going to do a group photo, so if you feel free to come up, we'll get all of us together. Thank you very much for joining us today.